Hello and welcome to episode 5 of the Falling Knife Project, where we're trying to turn 25 grand into 750 grand in 2 years. Today we're diving into 2 of the key ingredients that have helped prevent me from blowing up the account. Well, at least so far they have. Correlation and position sizing. And trust me, you'll want to stick around until the end because I've got a pretty interesting results update to share. As always, this is for entertainment only, is not financial advice, and the amount of risk I'm taking is pretty crazy. So today we'll start with correlation. Let's break down what correlation means in trading world. Think about it as a measure of how much 2 trades move together. If 2 trades are perfectly correlated, then they're doing a synchronized dance, and that means when one trade wins, there's a good chance they'll all win. But when one trade loses, there's a good chance they're all going to lose. Now, if the trades are uncorrelated, then each one is doing its own groove, and that's exactly what I want. By having the trades not move in lockstep, I spread out the risk, and when one stumbles, no biggie. The others aren't necessarily going to go down with it. That's the beauty of low correlation. It helps limit those brutal large loss days and smooths out drawdowns. Correlation is measured using correlation coefficients. So generally, I try to keep correlations for my main trades under 0.5. Now here's the correlation matrix for my ensemble. You'll see that these strategies really aren't that tightly linked. You'll also notice that the tinker trades some of them are actually negatively correlated to some of the trades, which makes sense. That's because these are more convex trades, and some of them almost act as hedges. So ChatGPT is capable of making these correlation matrices from optional mega portfolio view exports. My personal preference is to instruct ChatGPT to only count days when both trades were active. So that way we don't skew the numbers on the off days, because obviously if trades aren't ran on the same day, then they won't be correlated on those days. So here's an example of how I format the upload to ChatGPT. Okay, now let's see this in practice with 2 of the trades from the ensemble we're running. So you can see in trade 1, the equity curve is pretty good, but still has some significant waves on it. The curve on trade 2 is also pretty good, but it's a little bit jumpy. And then you can see how combining these trades together has a nice smoothing effect on the equity curve. Now imagine doing this with 4, 5, 6 uncorrelated trades, what effect it would have. Here's a pro tip. If somebody finds 2 trades that they love, but they're highly correlated, sometimes the mechanics of the trade can be adjusted to reduce the correlation and still keep the edge alive. So things I look at to do this are, can I adjust the days to expiration on the trade? Can I make the spread wider or tighter? Can I simply change the entry time by 15, 20, 30 minutes? So that last one might surprise you, but even a small timing change can have a reasonable reduction in correlation. I also have different variations of the Core 4 ready to go so that as I scale up, I can diversify even more. By the way, I'm putting together a Q&A episode, so if you have any questions about correlation or any of the other episodes, post them in the comments section and I'll go over them in the Q&A video. Now let's talk about the other half of the equation. It's not enough to just have uncorrelated trades, we need to be sized correctly as well. That means keeping the max loss per trade small, so no single trade can rock the boat too much, and running lots of trades. It's all about having as many occurrences as possible so that the probabilities can play out in my favor. It's the same concept as the coin flipping example we all know. You know, the one where you flip the coin 5 times, you might get all heads or all tails, but if you flip that coin 1,000 times, you're probably going to land close to 50% heads and 50% tails. That's called the law of large numbers, and it's exactly what we want to harness when we're trading. So when I combine the forces of small bets, lots of them, and spread them across uncorrelated edges, it minimizes the drawdowns and gives me the best shot at matching live results to backtests. That's easier said than done, especially with long volatility trading, but that's the framework that I use. Now, as promised, let's get to the results. The first update, we told you that we drew down $2,800. And last week we were down a total of $1,650. And this week, I am happy to share that at the end of the first month, we are back in the green and we are up $1,165 for the entire project. Now, it's not retire on a yacht type money, but after how we started, I'll take it. Now, if you're enjoying this project, smash that like and subscribe button. And next week, we're going to be talking about overfitting and how I know whether or not my trades are overfit. So we'll see you then.